Hello and welcome to Verdictum. I'm Sheetal June and you're watching today's legal news where we update you with the latest legal developments across the country and world. Starting with the headlines. Can't call any part of country as Pakistan hurts territorial integrity of India. Supreme Court accepts Karnataka High Court judge's apology, clauses Suo-Moto proceedings. Husband calling wife Parasite insult to her and entire womankind, Delhi High Court. Father of accused in Badlapur sexual assault case moves Bombay High Court, seeks SIT probe into alleged fake encounter. Ex-Transport Minister S. Iswaran pleads guilty in Graft case that gripped Singapore. Now the news in detail. The Supreme Court today closed the Suo-Moto proceedings that it initiated on the controversial remarks made by Karnataka High Court Judge Justice V. Srishananda following circulation of two viral videos on social media. The bench of Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, Justice B.R. Gavai, Justice Surya Kant and Justice Harishikesh Roy observed, the lawyers, judges and members of the court should understand that live streaming has significant reach to the audiences well behind the court. This places responsibility on lawyers, judges and litigants appearing in court for the casual conduct having a wider impact. As judges, the dispositions based on our life experiences are there. At the same time, a judge has to be aware of his own predispositions. It is only on the basis of such awareness we can be faithful in duty to deliver objectiveness and fairness. Casual observations can indicate a degree of bias, particularly when they are directed against a gender or community. The text of the report amply indicates that the observations made were unrelated and should have best been eschewed, the bench remarked. The CJI remarked, seeing the nature of the observations, we can't call any territory or part of India as Pakistan. That's fundamentally contrary to the territorial integrity of the nation. Social media can't be controlled, but the answer to sunlight is more sunlight, not to suppress what happens in courts, because this is very important reminder to everyone that the answer is not to close doors and shut everything down, but to say, look, please, between these four walls. A wife being able-bodied to earn a livelihood does not absolve her husband from providing for her maintenance, and calling her a parasite is an insult to her as well as the entire womankind, the Delhi High Court has said. The court, while dealing with the husband's petition, challenging a lower court's direction to pay maintenance to his wife, observed that Indian women leave their job to look after the family, cater to needs of the children and to look after their husbands and his parents. The petitioner's husband, who was stated to have abandoned his wife and children, was living with another woman, was ordered by the trial court to pay Rs 30,000 per month as maintenance to his wife, along with Rs 5 lakh towards the injuries sustained by her, including mental torture, depression and emotional distress. The trial court had also directed him to pay Rs 3 lakh as compensation to his wife, including Rs 30,000 as litigation costs. Challenging the order, the petitioner argued in the High Court that his wife was an able-bodied lady who had worked in a boutique and therefore she should not be allowed to become a parasite by misusing the law. The court refused to interfere with the directions and said that the fact that the wife is capable of earning cannot work to her detriment. The father of Akshay Shinde, accused in the Badlapur sexual assault case, who was killed by police in retaliatory firing, has moved the Bombay High Court seeking probe by a special investigation team into the death. Anna Shinde, in his petition filed through advocate Amit Katarnaware, alleged that his son was killed in a fake encounter. An SIT should be formed to probe the killing and the High Court should monitor the investigation, the petition demanded. The accused was in custody when he was shot dead in a fake encounter. This is a cold-blooded murder by criminals in uniforms, advocate Katarnaware has said. Shinde was accused of sexually assaulting two minor girls at a school in Badlapur town of Thane district. A contractual sweeper at the school, Shinde was arrested on August 17th, even as the crime triggered massive protest in the state. Shinde was being taken to Badlapur from Tajola jail in Navi Mumbai on Monday evening in connection with an FIR registered against him on the complaint of his former wife when the firing incident took place, which resulted in his death, police have said. Singapore's former Transport Minister S. Iswaran has pleaded guilty of accepting gifts worth thousands of dollars while in office after months of sternly denying the allegations against him. Iswaran, who resigned in January, had pleaded guilty to 5 charges. The 62 years old admitted to 4 charges of breaching Section 165 of the Penal Code, which forbids public servants from obtaining anything valuable from someone involved with them in an official capacity, as well as 1 charge of obstruction of justice. He was initially charged with 35 offences. Those charges were expected to be taken into account for sentencing. A corruption case involving a public official is rare in Singapore, a financial hub that prides itself with its squeaky clean image, and Iswaran's case has gripped the nation. Iswaran now faces a fine or up to 2 years in jail for each charge of receiving gifts or gratifications, compared to a corruption conviction that carries a fine of up to $100,000 or up to 7 years in prison. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum. Subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android devices for the latest legal updates.